Now that we have seen the Docker file, we'll next see the Docker Compose file, how it is created and what all elements we need to be added. So you can see here Docker Compose file is a YAML file that defines a multi-container Docker applications. It specifies the services, networks, volumes for the application along with any additional configuration options. So the first we start with the version. So here you can see there is no capital letters, everything is small letters only. So this defines the version of the Docker Compose file format. So in this case is 3.8. And also will define the services list like in the previously we were discussed, right? So either containers we can call it as, or you can call it as services. So number of services, what are services is required, you will add this in format. In YAML file you have to maintain the indentation properly, otherwise it will not work. So followed by the services, you can also create networks here. And the volumes will be like this, volumes colon followed by your name of the volumes. And then environment is where the environment variable is set for the particular services. And for the port redirections or port forwarding, you'll use ports colon. And depends on is where the services depends on, basically DB. And build, which file we have to trigger. So this is more helpful when you have different Docker file for each environment. Here we can see this is for Docker file dev environment. And also volume from, so from which volume is the file path, mount path. Similarly command we have seen in Docker file also. So example, you can see this is how the Docker files, Docker Compose file looks. We have the version, services, number of services we have. Here we have MongoDB services. First we are mentioning the image, which image it has to pick, followed by the which port it has to open, and which volume it has to store its data, and what is the username. We are passing that as environment variables. So followed by that, in the same services line we have API, which is Node.js for front end, and the build, what is the context should be, and what is the Docker file should run, and which port the Node.js should open, and it is depend on MongoDB, right? So we are here given the MongoDB as dependence, and we are also passing the URL for the MongoDB for the connections. We have created our networks. The client also we have mentioned. And the client depends on the API and the network. So this is how it will be. There will be more services added to the single Docker Compose file. I hope this is helpful. For more such videos, please subscribe. Thank you.